Hello, welcome to Courtney's Talks, and I'm Courtney. I was sitting thinking about some things, and I was thinking about Oprah Winfrey. A lot of people don't really have much to say about Miss Winfrey. What I am speaking on is Harvey Weinstein. She seemed to be very cool with this man, and she just goes under the radar. He got locked up. I think they let him out on some, I don't know why. I just heard a few months ago that he was let out. I think like close to the end of winter, of winter. And I just was like, okay, so no one's gonna talk about Oprah Winfrey and how she has surrounded herself, well, not surrounded, but she has been around a lot of strange characters in the world of entertainment. That's really something I am curious about. Why there is nothing to be said about this woman. I think it's very crazy. I even want to know what happened to that all girls school in South Africa, because I can distinctively remember only once seeing some parents crying about where their daughters were. This was a few years ago, and nobody brings that school up anymore. And it's like, what is going on with Oprah Winfrey? It was a picture I had seen. It was circulating on the internet like in 2021, where she was sitting down, looked like at an entertainment function. It was an old picture, and Harvey Weinstein was there. This young lady, she used to be a singer. I think she used to be on Rock Nation or Rockefeller Records, and then it was Oprah. And the way Oprah was sitting was like her name was Rita Ora. I don't know if anyone remembers her. I don't even remember a song she may have had, but I remember that name, Rita Ora. And she was sitting in the middle of them, just a small, petite little thing, and she didn't look like uncomfortable, like scared, but Harvey Weinstein was leaning into her, and she was just kind of looking at him, and Oprah was like on the side of her looking toward Harvey. Now, of course, it's a picture. The saying, a picture can speak 1,000 words. This is true. But we don't really know what that was about. I understand that. But I am just wondering, was Oprah like the middleman for some of these creepy Hollywood dudes? And I've heard people kind of bring that up, and I've wondered that myself. When she years ago in the 90s interviewed Michael Jackson, he was the king of pop, he was so great, and then he dies and you do Leaving Neverland, and of course no one actually 100% knows if things with Michael Jackson actually happened with these children. But the reason why I don't believe it is because the young man that the main lawsuit was about, he came out years after that. He was an adult in his early 20s, and he said his parents made him say these things. Okay? So, Oprah, what are you doing? Who sent you to do this this program? what was it, Leaving Neverland, Finding Neverland, Escaping Neverland? It was something Neverland. And I just was like, what is up with her? And then her friend Gayle King interviews R. Kelly. That was weird. And look, I'm not sitting up here acting like these, like, just bringing up R. Kelly, he shouldn't be in jail, because it's not about that. I feel like what he did with Aaliyah was disgusting, but I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna look at them parents first. How was he able to marry your daughter and she was 15? I've heard things where people are saying, well, her uncle was on some record company and he gave him permission. Did he have custody over her or something? Because from my remembrance, her parents were active in her life. So what does that even mean? That her uncle did it. So yeah, R. Kelly, it's the entertainment industry is sick. Like, how is sex constantly coming up with these people? Just watching some old videos, eating sushi off of butt naked women. First person I saw that was some designer, a white lady, mid 2000s. That was weird. It was a lot of celebrities there. Madonna was one of them there. And then recently, I think it was last year, Kanye West did something sick like that. And his daughter was there. His oldest daughter, who is not older, was like 11 or something. Why is your child at a dinner and there's a half naked woman on the table with food on her body? Again, the entertainment industry is sick. Then I'm watching this old YouTube video of Sean Combs, bringing him up on a program called Earn Your Leisure. And he was talking about some things for his business. And I'm listening to this man like, I didn't finish the whole thing, but I'm just listening to the beginning. Like, it's a lot of stuff he was making sense about, but it's still a but with him. I was telling my husband about that. I'm like, he keeps bringing up this black-owned, helping his community. Okay, but what was wrong with you? And he's saying he's always been about his people. He's always been about taking care of the black community. How? Question. I'm being for real. In the 90s, when he had started Bad Boy and Bad Boy was blowing up, the group Total. I remember when Wendy Williams was the first person I heard expose that. 95, 96, she was saying, how is one of the top girl groups, R&B groups right now, still living in the projects? I was floored. Like, is this real? Broski. What? Look, I'm not saying that it is the record label's responsibility to make sure you're living well and all that, but really? All three of them are still in the projects at the time. No. Since that made none. And then almost every artist on his label but one walked away broke. And I think most people know who didn't walk away broke, and that was Mace and Betha. How? He didn't sue him, but something about he talked to him. He had a witness to what he was saying, meaning that you saw me write these songs, and I guess some conviction came over Sean Combs, and he let him out the contract and gave him so many millions. But it was still, I think, like half of what he was supposed to get. How can you ask, in my opinion, for him, Sean Combs, how can you ask people to be right with you with your money when you weren't right with your own people? And I'm looking at him on this Earn Your Leisure podcast like, wow, you're talking a great game. You didn't do that for your artists that were pretty much all black except a couple. That doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. And I'm looking at these black Hollywood celebrities. Look, I don't feel like it's anybody's responsibility to make sure a whole community is good. Just put all your money into the black community. But I keep hearing these same people, especially at the time, Sean Combs bringing up Black Wall Street. Okay. Do you know what you did to your people? You had a mini, let's say, Black Wall Street, and you didn't make sure your artists were good. Notorious Big, he died. He got murdered. You didn't make sure his kids were good. You didn't make sure that estate was good. You made sure your kids were good. You put your kids' names on albums as producers and things of that nature. You didn't do that for his children. So, again, he talked a good game on that podcast, but I don't know. It's just, it's like, what is going on? Like, bro, do I believe he's going through all of this because he started talking too much? Yeah, I believe it was something I saw, and I was reading someone's comment on that Earn Your Leisure podcast, and it said, black people talk too much. I would dare to say Americans talk too much, because if you turn on the news, let's say it's a war going on, they're on the front lines telling you exactly what is transpiring and what's the next move. I'm like, you do know the enemies are watching your broadcast more than likely. Like, what? I remember when I was younger and my mother, with Desert Storm, I heard her say that. Now, I was probably in middle school when Desert Storm happened, and now being an adult, that makes 1,000% sense. Why are you on the news telling your war plans? That does not make sense. Yeah. It's just wild how oddly bold these people are, and they get quiet. It's eerily quiet. Just like with the music industry. What's going on with that? Ain't no new music? My husband and I went to go see the new Deadpool. No. Deadpool and Wolverine. Really? That movie was horrible. He wanted to leave, but me, I don't want to leave because we paid for the movie. No, I can literally say, I don't think anybody wants to see that movie. I mean, seriously. My I know a woman that loves Deadpool. Her and her husband went to go see it, and they were like, are you serious? Like, they were really done that they got babysitters, well, a babysitter for their children, and they wasted their time going to see this hot garbage movie. It really was a hot garbage movie. I was like, wow. It didn't get a little bit interesting to the end, and that really wasn't that interesting. I'm just for real. And my husband said he should have known because the tickets were half price. But I'm like, the movie's been out, so that's why I was thinking they were half price. I don't know. But yeah, no. The entertainment industry, the music industry is hot trash now. If you want to hear good music, you have to go online and look for it or listen to some old music. Of course, there are people putting music out now that can actually really rap, that can actually really sing, that have this said they're not going to any record label, they're going to do it independently. And I respect that. But yeah, because in that movie I'm talking about, Deadpool, they had all 90s music and 80s music. It was a time there was new music put on movies. What's going on? Like when we went to go see the newer Bad Boys, I think it was a lot of new rap music in there. I mean, but they didn't have any singers singing anything, I don't remember. But I know it was some rap music, and it sounded new, and it sounded like this new stuff, and I'm like, but no. That's all I gotta say is no. Our entertainment in the States has said, it's gone down. It's like, wow. This is hot garbage they're putting out now. You might get a decent TV show or movie from streaming. You might. But yeah, I just have questions. I'm sure that's never going to happen. Oprah Winfrey being looked at. She should be. And where are those kids? Did they just go home from that all-girls boarding school in South Africa? They were all black Africans, little girls. Just wondering. Yeah. Since since she's putting out documentaries about artists and how they have supposedly sexually abused young kids, what happened to those young women? Oprah? Just saying. I mean, nobody has anything to say about that. I mean, yeah, the entertainment is very strange nowadays. It really is. But anyway, thank you for checking this video out. See you on the next one.